Former Dolphins head coach Brian Flores sent absolute shockwaves around the league when it was announced he was filing a lawsuit against the NFL, the Giants, Dolphins, and Broncos for alleged racism in hiring. Brian Flores is basically alleging that the Giants and Broncos, teams that he interviewed with for their vacancies as head coach, were sham interviews with the sole purpose of fulfilling their Rooney Rule requirements. For anyone who may not be aware of this, the Rooney Rule was adopted by the NFL in 2003 and essentially requires every team with a head coaching vacancy to interview at least one or more diverse candidates. Flores alleges that the Giants and Broncos never had any honest intentions of hiring him and were just interviewing him to check that Rooney Rule box. With that being said, the sham interview allegations are only the tip of the iceberg. In the lawsuit, Brian Flores discloses a text message conversation between himself and head coach Bill Belichick, who congratulates him on getting the Giants head coaching job. Just one problem: Flores didn't even interview with New York yet. Belichick says to Flores that the message was actually meant for Brian Daboll, who would end up getting hired by the Giants. Belichick, who clearly isn't the most tech-savvy guy, could have made an honest mistake, as he probably has thousands of people in his contacts. Let's move on to the allegations against the Denver Broncos. Flores claims that when he interviewed with the Broncos in 2019, General Manager John Elway and President Joe Ellis showed up 1 hour late to the interview. Not only that, but Flores says that they looked completely uninterested in what was going on during the interview, and it was obvious that they had been drinking the night before. The Broncos would of course end up hiring Vic Fangio for their head coaching job. If you think what you've heard so far is crazy, just keep watching. The allegations against Miami owner Stephen Ross are absolutely mind-blowing. Flores says that Stephen Ross offered to pay him $100,000 for every single game the Dolphins lost in 2019 in order to improve their draft pick. Ross was then mad at Flores because of the Dolphins going on a little win streak towards the end of the season, which allowed them to finish 5-11 and take them out of the race for the number 1 overall pick and the rights to draft Joe Burrow. I'm sure it's happened before, but it's absolutely mind-blowing to hear that an owner wants to pay his coach to lose games. Extremely bad look for Stephen Ross and the Dolphins organization, and a very dangerous precedent being set. Paying coaches money to tank would be horribly unhealthy for the league. Along with paying Flores to tank games away, Flores accuses Ross of trying to set up a secret meeting on his yacht with Flores and Tom Brady, who wasn't a free agent yet. When Flores refused to go through with setting up this meeting, he says he was treated with disdain and held out as someone who was non-compliant and difficult to work with. Trying to set up this secret meeting with a player still employed by another team would be a huge violation of the NFL's rules regarding tampering. The NFL, Broncos, Dolphins, and Giants have all put out statements completely denying the allegations made by Brian Flores. This is a crazy situation unfolding before our eyes, and it's going to be very interesting to see where this story turns next. With all that being said, Flores had 2 interviews with the Texans and has another interview looming tomorrow with the Saints. This lawsuit may significantly reduce his chances of getting a head coaching job, at least for this season. Now, is that fair? No, but I think that's just how it's going to be. Here's a quote from Flores in his lawsuit acknowledging that this may lower his chances of becoming a head coach next season. God has gifted me with a special talent to coach the game of football, but the need for change is bigger than my personal goals. In making the decision to file the class action complaint today, I understand that I may be risking coaching the game that I love and that has done so much for my family and me. My sincere hope is that by standing up against systemic racism in the NFL, others will join me to ensure that positive change is made for generations to come. How do you guys see this situation playing out moving forward? Do you guys think the allegations being made are factual? Do you guys think the Broncos and Giants truly had no intentions on hiring Brian Flores? Leave your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel for more great NFL content. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, all under the same username, JPA Football. Please consider supporting me on Patreon as well. It's not required, but definitely appreciated. Thank you, and stay tuned for the next video.